Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mr. Pillow, and it is my honor and pleasure to bring to you the second annual doubles tournament hosted this year by Awesomenauts Rumble. This is a large tournament, and we are in the qualifying rounds. Each team will be playing up to 4 other teams twice. You get a point for each match, and the people with the most points will go on to play our playoffs bracket next week. This is 2-on-2 Awesomenauts. It's your traditional gameplay. You're tackling droids, turrets, base, buying upgrades. And you will only have one teammate, no third, no bot. Casting these wonderful games with me today is the legendary Uberancy. Uberancy, how you doing, sir?
I don't know if I'm that legendary, but we'll roll with it. Oh, it is nice to get back into casting. I've had plenty of technical issues over the months, including last time I was about to cast. I had a power supply failure, but everything is fixed. Back into casting. First time casting a doubles tournament too, so that's going to be pretty fun. But either way, thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. So we're just to give you a little bit of idea again of the history of the Awesomenauts Rumble tournament organization. We've come a long way. The original doubles tournament was announced in 2015 of November and was completed 1 year and 1 week ago today with American Mojo. That's Jess and Mr. Manager as its champions, with Team Humble Bundle. That's Nikki and Cannoli in second place. Our original Rumble tournament was announced last September, concluded last December with Get Juked. That's Nikki, that's Tempest, that's Bunny Hunter, that's Suji as its champion. Team Harambe United El Giggle. That's Jazz123C, Edster, that's Triggerfinger, and that's Sam in second place. And so, what's in store for us today? We have our first game. It is Pewdiepie Fanclub. That is Pushkin and Badass Ketchup versus Light of Justice. Light of Justice, as far as I know, it's a relatively new team, and that on it is Zimzaru and I believe his name is Ampharis. And let's look at their first draft. I'm seeing we got the draft format for this tournament is 3 bands, 2 picks, and what we have is one band. Band 1 on is going to be Swiggins. Then we have Leon Scolder band coming out from Light of Justice. Then you have a Scoop band coming out from Pewdiepie Fanclub. Yeah, their first pick is going to be Froggy G. Light of Justice is then going to go ahead and pick Lone Star. And in response, they're then going to go ahead and ban out Raylan. Pewdiepie Fanclub going to pick up Ted, the signature Ted of Pushkin. They're then going to ban out Isla. And that leaves Light of Justice the last pick, Voltar, on our first match, Aguilan. That said, Uberancy, how are you feeling about these comps?
The important thing to know is that, because... Oh dear, I'm hearing a mic loop back, but either way, the important thing to know is that since you only have 2 people, you need a lot more push per character. You need a lot more push per knot in order to get that, same sort of value out of your double kills and your team wipes and whatever you want. And with Ted and Voltar and Lone Star, those are definitely some pretty push-heavy knots, so that'll do some good for them for trying to take out those towers after they get the 2 kills. Picks are also just a lot more important with the fact that it's a 2v2. So it's only 2 people, 1 kill means that half the team's dead. It's not something you can really, you can work off of that. Well, before it's still a bit in a typical 3v3 format. It's a little trickier to just push off of 1 kill, but either way, both teams pretty cool. You got some nice setup with Froggy and Ted. That's just a lot of damage. And then you got a pretty old school comp, just Lone Star and Voltar. Nice push, and get that Voltar train going, and the Bull will help with just keeping the push alive, and possibly with some escape too for their nice support buddy.
Right. Well, I have a question. What happens if the Frog picks up Arbe?
Well, if the Frog picks up Arbe, that Voltar is going to have a rough time. Let's just say that.
I agree. And I want to let you guys in the chat know that we are doing a bet-based giveaway. So if you guys have watched Rumble Stream before, you guys are familiar with what we're talking about. What we're going to be doing is basically type who you think is going to win in the chat, red or blue, right now. You have until we switch the scene over to Awesomenauts gameplay to get your guess in. One of you guys who guesses correctly is going to be eligible for a giveaway after the match. Again, just type red or blue into the chat. Our moderators are keeping up with that. So we'll give them another There are 15 seconds to do that. Do you have any more last-second thoughts on the drafts? Voltar's gonna have a hard time. So is Lone Star, because the only damage that he can do otherwise is going to be the what do you call it? Damage from the bull. Well, Frog can't reflect that, but he can reflect the auto attack and the dynamite, right?
Yeah, if Frog gets Arbe, then this could become very snowbally, but we'll have to see. There's still some solid damage from both teams. Definitely Ted and Frog, you're going to have a lot more damage, but Voltar's got... I feel like Voltar and Lone have a little more push, but I think it might slightly be in favor of the Pewdiepie fan club's team. Just like the comp might be a little more in favor for them, but we'll see. This is a fairly new team, like you said, so I'm kind of excited because I can't wait to cast a doubles tournament match.
Let's do it. With that said, if your votes are not in, it's now too late, my friends. This match started a little bit late on the timer because they had a few reconnection issues to sort out first. So we are starting at the 54-second mark. Are you ready?
I believe I am. Do you want me to give you a countdown?
Go for it.
3, 2, 1, go.
And we are off. We have Zamasu playing your Voltar. We have Black playing your Lone Star. We have Pushkin. It's taking a second to load. XD.
It appears he's still dropping.
Yeah. Almost. 0. The great reveal. The great reveal.
There he is.
They're getting some pre-push right away. What a great way to start the tournament. Pushkin
got some excellent sportsmanship.
Oh, it happens. The disconnect rules say, are kind of... Yeah. Well, we won't focus on that. We'll focus on the first team fight where they're going to dash him out and put him in the airstrike that hits both. Pushkin trying to hunt down the Voltar. And now he's going to try and steal the creeps. Voltar's going to miss his own hill, but he's going to try to intercept Pushkin, but he's not going to time it right, and Pushkin's going to catch him and block him into the airstrike. That's going to be a wipeout at the 1 minute 45-second mark. Uberency, what did we just see?
Well, what we saw was retribution for being unsportsmanlike. But actually what we saw was just a nice initiation from Frog and just the insane damage from Tornado and just Ted in general, because Ted is nuts. Ted has some crazy damage, especially when you get into some of his sort of alternative damage upgrades. Like you've got Airstrike DOT, you've got grenades on shotgun, you've got Tedris, and then you've got Stimpack. You've got so many ways to buff his damage, along with him already having really solid damage numbers as is. So it's just too much damage to survive if you get a nice initiation.
Right. Well, right now, Voltar and Lone Star, they're going to hill up. They're going to try and push up that top lane. Badass Ketchup, we're looking to see going for the plane. Here they come. Here comes the play. They're going to get the Tornado first. There's the airstrike. It's going to be landing on the Lone Star, and there's the airstrike, and they're going to try and hit them down. They're looking for that last auto attack hit. That's all they need, but it looks like they're not going to find it. Never mind. The Bull is not going to disengage Frog. He's going to go in, hunt him down, and he's to splash dash Voltar as he tries to get away from Pushkin right in front of the turret. That is going to be a second wipe right there at the 2 minute 50-second mark.
So when I said that this was going to be a snowbally game, I kind of wasn't expecting 2 wipes before 3 minute mark, That's a little nuts. That might be a little over what I predicted, but now they've got 4 druids here. They've got Ted pushing. Blue team is just dropping back now. Black's going to get the nice dynamite and the bull. Badass Ketchup very, very hurt, but Pushkin's just challenging him because he's Ted. Ted can totally do that. If you know what you're doing as Ted, you can do some serious damage in those 1v1s. Great brawler, but it looks like he might actually go down, and Pushkin's going to go down to the Voltar auto attack. Badass Ketchup's got like no health though. The taunt coming out from Lone Star, getting that Sultan. Oh my goodness, going in, but he gets killed by the Voltar. Oh, I tried to go so deep for that.
We've had 3 team fights by the 3 minute and 30-second mark, and each one has been a 2 for nothing, a complete wipe in favor of one team. This is insane. Like, you don't see the gameplay like this. Now they have a Lone Star and a Voltar, and the Hillbot is keeping the droids up. We just see a turret get erased. That is something that we kind of neglected to mention. We did talk about the bush, but like, you have a Voltar and a Lone Star completely uncontested in a turret. That is a turret guaranteed. Like, what a, it just erases the turret. It melts it. Now we're going to see he's going to clear out the droids with his Tornado, and now Pushkin is putting on a bit. He's waiting for Badass Ketchup to be ready to go in. Now they're together. There's going to be their strike. There's going to be a splash dash. It's not going to hit either. Black looking to get some counter initiation going. He's going to get the bull in, but he's taking a lot of damage. Will he be able to touch the Hillbot? He will. There's the splash dash. Badass Ketchup in a kind of bad spot. He's going to pick up the enemy creeps. Now Pushkin, he's full HP, ready to go in, but the airstrike is going to be a whip. But there's the splash dash. He catches them on the interception. That's going to be a double kill as he cleans them up during that stun. And now we have our 4th wipe by the 4 minute and 30-second mark.
I'd have to say that was probably just bad positioning on Lone Star's part, because he had the invis, like he was invisible to the enemy team, but he just stood right in front of Froggy while he dashed, so he kind of gave them that wipe. If he was still there, they might have been able to defend against this push that the red team is currently doing. Pushkin pushing top here. Samasu's going in with the heal bot, but he doesn't have anything like heal mine, but he's just trying to get in there, you know, soak up some damage, protect that turret a little more, and wait for his teammate to come in. Black clearing bottom as well, dealing a little bit of damage. Airstrike doesn't hit anything, but Samasu's going to get destroyed by Froggy getting the dash and tornado combo, but with Ted getting the last hit. Now it's just Black here to defend this top turret here. Not much of a push going though, just trying to clear these droids. Misses the airstrike on the droids actually though, but bottom turret's pretty hurt. Not really, both turrets are pretty healthy for the blue team here, but if they get base exposure, then that's going to be pretty nasty if they get wiped again.
Pushkin literally just watched that lane rotation for 30 seconds, complete solid statue. He was ready to go in as soon as something had happened, but nothing came of it. What do you think about these builds? We see double clocks coming out on the Frog with the piggy bank into it, and then range and piercing on his auto attack.
Well, what I think is that abilities are a lot more valuable in 2v2. You have less abilities per team, so that means like they have to have a lot more impact. But if you buy cooldown, you can throw that out a lot more often. Oh, but they get to pick up Voltar. Who cares about builds and strategies? Who cares? We have blood. Blood!
He picked up the double here?
Double! Oh my god! Absolutely amazing.
That was insane. He just knows that all 4 abilities, it's as you said, the abilities play a bigger role, and he knew all 4 abilities of Pewdiepie Fan Club were on cooldown in front of his turret, and he just goes in with that bull flank, avenges his teammate, and picks up the double hit kill, just doing that post-team fight DPS cleanup. Now he's getting push generated. He needs to be pushing bottom turret hard. He could have had another solid 5 seconds of whacking at that turret, but it's okay. He has regret with his teammate. We should see a fight coming in. Pushkin's already going and trying to get something set up. He doesn't know that dude's a fizz. He's going to whip the airstrike. That guy could have gone for a bullpen, but he didn't. There's the hill bot. We're going to see a fight coming. There's the stump pack. There's the tornado. Voltar extremely low. He's getting away. We're going to see Lone Star hanging out and actually forcing Pewdiepie Fan Club out of lane. Now we're going to look back here, and we do see the fight coming in, and he's going to get flanked, and Voltar's going to try and get away, but the range auto attack actually manages to track him down. Now Black's in a really bad spot. He's going to try and get some life steal up.
What's going to happen? It's like Jaws. No. Oh, well, he's kind of already gone in, so that joke is now stale, but Black's so hurt, but the bull just going to knock away.
He joined him into a droid kill. That is what we call the bull Zydecore pin. Oh my god.
What? Alright, that happened. What is this match?
So,
what am I supposed to say? Tell me what to say, Pillow. What do I say?
So he knew he was 1 HP. He quickly got the lifesteal transfusion from a set of droids, then managed to beat Frog to the creep. Frog went in anyways, managed to get the bull counter initiation, and Frog was 1 HP, so for a second he probably thought he had saved him, but then he got bulled into the droid's attack, and that was the last hit that finished him off.
Amazing. That's what a way to get that cleanup kill. Like, oh my god.
Now both
Master getting hit by the airstrike there. Getting picked up by Pushkin with a nice airstrike shotgun combo. Solid damage. Pretty old technique, but it doesn't mean it's bad. But they've actually only got Lone here defending the turrets. Bottom turret's almost dead for the blue team. Or the red team, depending on how you look at it. Pushkin just kind of challenging Black here, doing a lot of damage with those shotgun shells. 280 damage per shot, and he's got 2 of them off there. That's a lot of burst. Black trying to defend here, but that airstrike's going to take out the bull, and it's going to deal some damage to Black as well, I believe. And now the turret's going to go down, but they're going to go in. They got the dash, but he can't get to pick up a tornado, but he does just in time before he gets bowled away. And Zamaster's actually going to get stunned by the Stimpack stun, and get picked up by Pushkin. So that's another wipe. How many wipes is that? 5, 6? It's nuts.
It really is. It is 12 to 6 kill advantage. Home advantage is a sliver away from the blue team just being at 1 solid level, but even looking at the items, you see the item increase really starting to increase. Like, you look at Frog, he's got way more than everyone else. They have the double piggy bank coming out. Voltar is at the piggy bank, and he's picked up BKM. I guess that's the handle with the stun locking that we're seeing coming out. But it's definitely a very tricky situation for them at this point. The thing is, Light of Justice has a lot tougher time of getting out of mistakes than the red team does. The red team can kind of have a mistake and see a way to salvage it or fix it with the low cooldown that Flash Dash is. But at this point, you know, they already have base exposure anyways. But the blue team, gets engaged on, you know, it's so hard for them to get out. They have the bull and they have the knockback with the hill bomb. That's it. And
he's actually going to go down to the auto attack and just the full combo from Froggy. But as I was going to say, to add on to that, but it looks like he's still fighting Lone Star here a bit. Doesn't get hit by the dash there, actually. That's kind of weird. It looked a little weird on the replay there, but he doesn't get hit by the dash. And it looks like they're just going for the base now that they've gotten that pick. What I was going to say was, as this kind of proves my point here, it's a lot harder for Black to get out of this initiation because of the slow on dash, 30% slow, and he's going to go down to Pushkin. Are they going to kill the base? Is this already game? This might be game.
What can the Voltar do here to stop this? He just picked up some more damage on the suicide.
He just needs to pull out the god aggressive Voltar plays from my boy Flytag. Don't worry, he's got this. Just gonna pull those Flytag strats. Got that stun on the heal, but he's got that damage on mines. He's gonna do it for his team. Here comes the droids. Oh yeah, they're gonna get the cleanup kill. Here we go. They're kind of trapped there because the bottom turret is not down, taking some damage. The Master's going in. Oh, but he goes down to the tornado dash combo, but Basketcher might go down. That base is so close to dead. Black taking so much damage, but so is Pushkin. Everyone is so low. Black picks up the kill on Basketcher, and now it's like 2 bars on both teams, but the base is about to die. It's got 2 bars left. Black is just taking damage. There's nothing he can do. He's got to wait for the dynamite, but he can't do anything. He's trying to get the bull. Gets a nice bullpen. Can he get the dynamite, or is the base going to go down? He gets the kill on Pushkin just in time. Before the base goes down and pushes those droids away and goes back to get some health.
Wow. Over.
That was just... He tried so hard, but I think the red team might still have this just because of the massive advantage they have in structures and health.
They're cleaning up droids right now, and basically the blue team needs to be looking for a team fight immediately. They cannot let them have a second, because at this point, red team... See, Basketchup doesn't even give a crap.
Sebastian was just AFK. He's just AFK, and then there goes Basketchup just getting out for free because of cooldown slow dash. Just so annoying. And he's got biofuel cells and shield on Tornado, not actually getting Arbe. That's a little surprising.
I guess he wants to keep that can't touch the shield going as long as possible so that he can tank more for Pushkin. That would be my guess. I'm not really sure what his thought process is.
That's not actually a bad idea. Ooh, but actually going to get the kill on some Masu there, so that's a pick for the red team. If they don't end this now, then I'm kind of shocked by how well Black would have to be playing for that to happen, but they're going to kill the base here. It's over. Yeah, that is GG.
Get that extra turret push because of the biofuel cells against the base.
Yeah. That makes some sense, but Pewdiepie Fan Club is going to take the game at 12 minutes and 3 seconds in. That was nuts.
What should they have done differently?
What should the blue team have done differently?
Yeah.
Not die as much. Really, it was just a very snowbally game, and like if Froggy had say gotten like Arbe earlier, or just like it was just snowbally. I kind of thought it would be really snowbally, and just because of the 2v2 system, they don't have as much of escape against Team Pewdiepie Fan Club. And that slow dash, once he bought that, and they've got the stun on Ted with this AoE stun, very large AoE, cooldown on dash. It's so hard for Team LJ. I forget what their actual team name is. Short-term memory loss. But blue team here.
Light of Justice.
Light of Justice. Light of Justice. Just they had so much trouble getting out of these initiations once Pewdiepie Fan Club just jumped in on them, because like you got slow, you got dash, you've got cooldown upgrades on dash, you got an AoE stun on Ted, and then you've got so much damage. There's not much you can do against that with 2 squishy knots unless you get a really nice bull or a really nice knockback on heal bot.
And they were finding those really nice bulls especially, but it just wasn't enough. You know, he probably found a good 3 to 4 times. You know, he didn't find it a good 8 to 9 times.
Oh, absolutely. Like the Lone Star, he played pretty damn well. I have to give props to him. He played a pretty good Lone Star against a team like that. But Voltar died a lot. It was pretty snowbally, and like just had the huge solar and item advantage in order to get like the nice push on these bases. And just look at the tower advantage / turret advantage for the team. Bottom turret's almost dead, and they didn't even need to kill it. They just killed the base. So, but still, good game. And that was just nuts with the amount of team wipes. But like, what do you think about that? Do you have any final thoughts, or should we get ready to move on to the next bits of this tourney?
Honestly, I think you about nailed it. It's just a little bit about more positional awareness, kiting a little bit harder than you normally would. You know, most people, because the matchmaking works really well now, are probably used to facing 50 ping, 100 ping players. And in an international tournament like this, you just have to realize you have to put an extra half step into your kiting, basically. So, with that said, I'm good. We're going to be right back with our second match. We are going to do a giveaway in the chat, and the person who won the bet system for this match will be whispered shortly. So that said, don't go anywhere. We will be right back, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is the Awesomenauts Rumble Doubles Tournament. We are in match 2 of Pewdiepie Fan Club versus Light of Justice. We just saw a rather intense match between Lone Star Voltar versus Frog Ted, seeing some kind of unconventional comps. But we're back for round 2. Joining me is once again Uber Rancy. Uber Rancy, you hanging in there, bud?
Hello. I'm doing very good. That last match was short and sweet, and it was very sweet. Too sweet. It'll rot out your teeth. It was nuts. There were so many team wipes and just so much action. Just nuts.
It was. It was definitely some of the intense gameplay we've really come to expect from Awesomenauts Rumble. So that said, we're going to get into the next match, my friends. We are looking at Serona, and it is this time Pewdiepie Fan Club is your team 2, Light of Justice is your team 1, in the draft. Light of Justice is going to come out with a ban of Frog. We're going to see the response from Pewdiepie Fan Club with, once again, Swiggins and Scoop ban. We're going to see Light of Justice go for the Ted ban, and they are going to first pick Coco. Pewdiepie Fan Club is going to then pick out Leon, ban Raylan. Light of Justice is going to pick up Benny as their last pick, ban out Durple. Excuse me, the Light of Justice picks up Clunk as their last pick and bans out Durple. Then Pewdiepie Fan Club is going to be picking up Benny. So your comps are Leon, Benny versus Coco, Clunk. Now, I want to give you guys a reminder. You have until the end of the match to go ahead and get your bet in on who you think is going to win. All you have to do is type red or blue into the chat. Your top team is red, your bottom team is blue. If you guess correctly, you will be eligible for a giveaway after the match. We also have another giveaway we're doing. At any point in the match, if someone gets a double kill, so it actually says such and such player has scored a double kill, the first person in the chat to say doubles into the chat will be receiving a piece of DLC. And it has to be a double kill. Can't be he set up a double kill or pushed 2 people into the turret and the turret killed 2 people. He has to get a double kill, and the first person in the chat will get that prize. Uber Rancy, how do you feel about these comps, sir?
Well, it's Serona, so you've got a lot more height and a much bigger mid. So you got to take that into account, and I feel like they have, because they've got 2 very mobile aeronauts. What with you wouldn't expect of a Clunk being a fat robot. He's got quite the air game due to having a very long jump that he can sort of spam in order to stay in the air for a longer period of time, and he can drop new people, which is pretty useful. And then Vinny, of course, can fly and has got some nice burst and silence and blind on that Cloud. Silence being a very important upgrade for Cloud. But and then you got Leon and Coco there. And it just, got some good initiation with the Leon, and then you can go initiate into the Spike Dive and just get a lot of burst going. And Leon also has some decent push if you want to buy clones, but he's also just got some good auto attack damage as is. And then Coco's got some nice harassing, and he's even got a really insane 3-second long blind on the lightning ball, but it's also got some decent push if you upgrade your auto attack, but I don't think that's the plan. It's just more the harassing and to help assist the Clunk maybe with knockback ball and some extra damage and DOT and slow and all that juicy stuff.
Indeed. And there's not going to... If they get tongued into Vinny, the Clunk can survive it, the Coco can't. So it's going to be really a matter of the game and that Clunk just taking for it. That said, I don't really have that much else to add. Are you ready to get into this, my friend?
I have one thing to add. Something you should note is that they're going to have some pretty strong auto attacks. So if that Clunk does tank the sort of pull into Spike Dive combo and Coco can't really help him out of it, they might just be able to whittle him down with those auto attacks, because Leon's auto attack is very strong, and Vinny's can be pretty beefy with some upgrades, especially with the I forget the exact name of the upgrade, but it gives you a plus 30 damage shot after using an ability, which can be quite good. But either way, I don't have much to add. We'll just have to see once we jump. Is the 12-second mark on this replay correct?
Yes, sir, it is. This is your last chance to get your bets in. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we can do the real countdown. I am at the 12-second mark, sir. Would you like to give us the countdown to start the game? So we are all
absolutely, indubitably, yes. 3, 2, 1, go.
We are off, my friends. And we have Black playing your Clunk. We have Zamasu playing your Coco. He's still dropping. We have Badass Ketchup playing your Vinny, and Bushkin playing your Leon. They're going to go off. We're immediately seeing Tongue and Backstab coming off the Pushkin. We are seeing Spike Dive and Antique Machine Gun. That is the silence first Spike Dive coming out on Vinny. And we are seeing base abilities on the blue team. How do you think the first blood's going to occur?
Yeah, and it seems that I've made a very silly mistake of forgetting that the silence for Vinny was actually changed dramatically. But either way, it doesn't matter because there's the silence dive coming out onto Black. Black taking tons of damage. They actually opted for Backstab Blade as well, or maybe Black Stab Blade because they're going to be using it on Black a lot. But either way, Zamasu taking a lot of damage here, gets the pull, and takes some nasty auto attack damage from Leon, so they're very hurt. Blue team's actually pretty hurt here, having to be a little more careful. If Badass Ketchup gets a nice dive in, actually misses Zamasu, but mostly uses it to escape, I believe. Black trying to get that nuke, gets the nuke on Pushkin. Pushkin is so hurt, almost dies from the Leon, but Black's actually going to go down while I was focusing on Leon there. Going to go down to Badass Ketchup with a nice spike dive. Badass Ketchup trying to get that spike dive on Coco, might die from the DOT, survives with 0 health. He had 0 health on that health bar. It said 0, but he still lived. Just down to the fractions of a number. But Zamasu's actually in a bunch of trouble here too. Stuck in the red creep area. What's he gonna do here? Badass Ketchup doesn't hit the dive, it seems, but he's so hurt.
Oh.
And he's gonna get taken out by the auto attack.
I was wondering if this was going to be really intense 1v1 where it's just like they were both at 1 HP and then looked like they were going for each other. Badass Ketchup got back in time, picked up that flank, and managed to set. Even though he kind of choked, the fact that he was there and positioned there meant that Pushkin won that guaranteed. And now he's going to be tracing down the Clunk, fighting him off the jump pad, going to chase him down with that back. So that's going to deal enough damage even to finish off the mighty Clunk. And now they have pushed it up. They have droids on both lanes. Coco going to be lightning ball in the back. She's not really going to be able to contest. She comes back. She might just die, but the spike that Pushkin wasn't able to tongue her back in. The tongue was necessary in order to possibly turn that lane rotation into a frag. They did get the spike dive poke in, and now Coco is going on the offensive. I don't know if she should be doing that right now. Both the abilities are not going to connect to each other. She's going to take the left bouncer. She's looking around. She's kind of fortunate that Pushkin's gotten back, and now she's actually claimed mid for her team. Badass Ketchup going back to try and spike dive, and they're missing a good warm opportunity on him. It's going to be a little bit too late now. Black is in there. He's going to get tongued right here. There's the entirety, but the fight goes off, so he manages to take a bit up. He's going to hit the explode on the droids, not the players, but Pushkin's going to get low anyways. They're not going to be able to find the lightning ball as Zamasu is before he gets taken out by that spike.
Oh, the homing missile.
Oh, he just kind of overcommitted about that. I don't think he had realized that homing had been picked up yet, so when he tried to juke that and kite that, he was just like, oh, crap. So...
But yeah, you cannot juke homing missiles. Those things do like frickin' 720s to find their target. They will just search you to the ends of Serona, like to the ends of Ribbit to find you and murderize you. But Black actually had some trouble here, taking a lot of damage. But those homing missiles aiming for Vinny instead of the creep, but he's okay because he's able to get that creep anyways and head down to the turret and grab that health back as well. He's a little hurt, but it seems like Leon is just getting back now. Actually, AFK a little bit, but trying to get that nuke on somebody, maybe thinking that Vinny was up top, but he manages to teleport away, as does Black. And now we've got some more upgrades coming out. Speaking of which, what do you think of the upgrades?
The upgrades. We see Clone finally coming out on Pushkin. I guess he just wanted that early damage. We see Explode damage coming out on the Clunk. And we see DOT damage coming out on the Coco. I think that Clunk should be building into a Snare Bite. You know, we have some squishy knots here. The Lightning Ball and the Explode as is, if they can coordinate those hits, that's enough to kill Vinny or Leon. Vinny and Leon are kind of starting to snowball. They are still within instant range. So I would be building into CC to try and make abilities easier to land instead of building into more damage, which isn't really turning the tides too much. That or Regen. Slightly questionable backstab there, but Zamasu is going to be going down, putting the kills to 5-1. Now Black's in a bad spot. He's going to get tongued back in, but Pushkin doesn't really want to overcommit to this. There's the Explode. It's not going to hit. He's not going to hit the bite. Now he's just going to be taken down as the entirety of Red Team just completely collapses on him.
Yep, and that's pretty much a wipe, one of the first wipes of the game. And regarding CC and buying for Clunk, what do you think would be better? What would you prefer in this situation? Snare Bite or Slow on Explode?
Slow on Explode lets you see where Leon is. Snare Bite is going to be otherwise more helpful, I think. Yeah, at the same time, he's also has slightly trouble hitting his bites. So if he can't take care of that mechanically, Slow Explode will definitely be the easier one to capitalize on. That's my 2 cents. That Explode left Pushkin at 1 at basically 1 bar. That's what I was talking about. They need to try and get those insta-gibs in before they play a lot of insta-gib range, which it looks like is slowly starting to happen. We see that ticket region picked up. We see an almost 2-level difference coming out on the red team. Things might just start to get out of control here.
So Master taking a lot of damage from that dive though. The silence dive, very strong, doing about 500 damage. Plus he has bag full of goldfish, which will give him some extra damage if he has the required solar, which he does not. He's 30 short, but he's about to get that pretty soon. But that Coco is just that Coco can get insta-gibbed. That Leon can get insta-gibbed. There's a lot of insta-gibbing potential, but it doesn't matter because Black's going to go down to the backstab blade, the black stab blade. But either way, that's 1 pick for the red team, and now it's just Coco here to defend. So Massive is actually taking a ton of damage. They'll get the blaze trail going up. They might just try to push bottom here, or are they going to try and go for the pick, or maybe even push top? Looks like they're going to steal the creeps up top here. Baddest catch for clearing bottom, getting about 3 droids here on this bottom turret. With it almost being dead and a clone, they're definitely going to take bottom here. It's going to go down. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Turret goes down for Team Pewdiepie Fan Club.
Heck yeah, and they have so much damage now. They're building so much damage. We have both tongue damages and backstab on the Leon. We have a max spike dive already on the Vinny. That does so much damage. It's really the numbers just get
it just goes in.
Like look, like what could the clone do? He just has to stay back.
He had no fear against that nuke. Just went in, just like with the tribal war cry. Just went in with the spike dive and instigated. And oh my god! Brought Coco down from about, I'd say, 70% health, and they've already got another team wipe. Absolutely nuts. Yeah, they're making a bit of a push on top here. Little hurt, so if Clunk can get the drop on them. Oh, do they?
Oh, yeah, they do.
Oh, they do, but if they manage to get another wipe here, then this could be a very early GG because of that snowballing potential. Black trying to go in here, but it looks like Leon's actually going to teleport out. I don't know if they realize that Super Droid's here. They've got a massive droid push on bottom if they just decide to try and pursue it.
Oh,
but it doesn't look like they're going to, and Coco's going to get there.
Found it.
Yeah, Coco found it, which is unfortunate. If they had seen that and noticed that, they could have had so much snowball. They could have finished the game before the 10-minute mark easily if they had just gotten like 1 good pick.
Yeah, very running out of control in favor of the red team. It's not as it's more decided than it was last game. Then they again, I have to point at this damage. We now have Lone Shark. That's the 4th bubble on the bubble gun salvo. That's so much damage. Like, it's so tough, even for Clunk the tank to handle it. Like, they have to be so on point. They have to kite, they have to dodge, they have to land the bites, get the sustain they need. And at the same time, because it's really getting harder and harder to land their stuff and kill the red team, they also need to be damaged into CC. Like, so they would have to stall this game immensely in order to try and turn this around. That might just be what they need, though, as Leon tries to overcommit and ends up being picked up. But Badass Ketchup's going to go in there to avenge, do the post-fight cleanup. There's going to be a blaze and a lightning ball whip. That is not good for Zamasu. He's getting out 1 HP. You just saw that. That was 1 spike dive and like 1 thing of the bubble salvo. And Coco was lit. Like,
absolutely. It's so much damage on both teams, really, especially for the red team, though, against the Coco, who is very squishy. But even Clunk just gets destroyed. He's going to go for the spike dive. It doesn't seem like that. They're trying to bait it out. Oh, the sick plays. The big plays. The ultimate plays. Baiting out Coco there with the teleport. Wasn't very smart on Coco's end to try and go for that. They're actually going to go and clear these bottom joints as well, with Clunk trying to fall back and make sure that they don't try to get a sneaky push onto the backline turret on Serona due to there being only 3 turrets. And I got to admit, I got a little excited earlier when I saw Lone Shark because I thought it was like the 50 solar on a kill still, but then I remembered that they changed that. Oh my goodness, gets a nice tongue on Black and finishes him off there after doing a lot of damage with that auto attack.
Salad a little bit to finish him off.
Yeah.
That's my one meme joke for the rest of the day. I got it out of my system now. I can proceed with the casting.
Oh man, you and your jokes. But tries to get the pull on Zamasu, but just misses it. But there's a super droid there. They're gonna get a nice amount of push here if they're not if the blue team isn't careful here. Light of Justice isn't careful. Gets killed by the spike dive. Look at all these droids here. Looks like Leon's actually waiting for Clunk here. But here comes Black coming in with the nuke, trying to do a bunch of damage. Manages to pick off Badass Ketchup, but he takes so much damage, and the turret's actually gonna go down. Gets the nasty pull, but the bite and the homing missile.
Chat, what is that?
Life.
What do we call that? It's a double kill.
Oh, that was that a double kill? Oh my! I hope someone said doubles, because then you get free loot. Who doesn't like free loot? But either way, that's a wipe for the blue team.
They need to be pushing up
Doubles.
these lanes super fast, like right now.
They really do, but it's Serona. You can't play so fast on Serona because it's just such a big map. Like, AI Station and Serona have this issue where it's like, if you get a kill like that, if you get a team wipe like that, anything like that, it's really hard to pick up on it if you're pushed back into your base. You can try to get some ground back, but you can't really make a huge push. Looks like Pushkin's going in on Coco, manages to get the pick, but he's super hurt. Black trying to go in, but he's about half health. He's going to take a dive, takes so much damage, and he goes down to the auto attack. That is base exposure for the blue team, or the red team, depending on how you look at it. I don't know how to word it, but they're going to push this base right now, do tons of damage to it. Oh, the taunts coming out, the unsportsmanlike ship from the Leon as they're making a huge push onto the base. Pushkin just standing there, not attacking the base. I don't know what the super elite metagame strat is, but I don't think it's the most optimal strat because he's not attacking the base, but there he goes. Now he's attacking the base. There's a super droid here. They finally drop down, but it looks like the base is about to go down 2 bars, 1 bar, and that is game.
There it is. So this was a much more decided match than the previous one, Uberancy. What do you think should have gone differently?
What do I think should have gone differently? I mean, if you just look at the kills and deaths here, or just the kills, I guess, 15-4. Blue didn't have as many picks, and although Black got a couple of nice plays in order to get a couple of nice kills, I mean, we've got 8 deaths on the Clunk and 7 deaths on the Coco, and they just, it's Serona against Leon and Vinny. You've got the backdoor potential as well, so even at that point, if they got nice pushes, if Leon was able to just kind of sneak past them, the game would have been over because he's got so much damage against towers anyways. It's just, I don't know, I feel like Red had the, or Pewdiepie Fanclub had the stronger team comp for this map against what Light of Justice had, but I feel like just getting a couple more picks might have helped them a lot, but I'm not too sure.
Right. What about the builds? What do you think they should have built? How are the builds looking like?
Well, they, like you said earlier, they don't really have any CC. Like, really all I think they needed was maybe like something like a slow on explode instead of something like reactor cooler would help them initiate a little more before you're getting that damage. And I don't know, maybe some like more, I think the big thing was Black needed to land a few more bites and needed the CC, while Coco had to be a little less aggressive. Let's say that, because he, like, Coco got baited into getting killed by Vinny, I'd say like a couple times, especially with that teleport bait. Classic. Right.
Well, we're about to get to watch the, yeah, this is that double kill here. Get to see that again. And really, as you put it, you know, I think you nailed it perfectly. That is, there really wasn't much else to say. So, yeah, I know I just said something really insightful. If you don't have anything else to add, we are going to take a short break. We are going to be back with Humble Bundle, your second place winners from last year versus Casual Gamers. That's Jambo and Skinner. We will be right back, my friends.
Very insightful caster right here.